So if someone asked me how I did face rigs, I'm here to tell you I don't do face rigs, but if I were to do them, because I never did before, I did do the eyebrows for easier movement, but they're not white painted yet. But this is how I've seen people do face rigs in the past. So what they'll do is they'll just find the areas they want to move. So let's grab with this real quick. Now I never done this before, so bear with me. Doesn't need to be exact, but I'm just saying no about it. I guess I used the blue on accident. Silly me. And they do the exact same thing down below. So it's more like that. Right now I'm really lazy. This is how I've seen a lot of face rigs go about the eye portion. Or these would be renamed to like lower eye or whatever. I've seen lots more things that look like this. When I've been working on other models before, it does help a lot with making shape keys, especially if you're using cats. I prefer not to use cats if at all possible. If I do, it's very minimal. And then the same thing with the mouth as well. So let's grab one of these. They usually have some kind of controller on them that's not to the head. And then tries that. Of course, usually it will have like its own thing, so let's do. We'll call this eye control. And all these are going to be parented to the eye control. Where the fuck you want it to be. This is just to make it easier, so. If you hear sounds in the background or rummaging, it's my cat. Now, I am no expert on face rigging at all. I use shape keys for every emotion and expression I do. Have I thought about using face rigging? Of course. But I have zero confidence in doing it. But the more I study it, the more I understand it. Do you need a control? No. Do you need a parent? Not necessarily, if you're just gonna make them into shape keys anyway. But if you aren't, then you're going to need a parent. Now, usually when I see the ones with mouths, it's usually inside the mouth. That's what I have noticed, or it's just shyly outside of it. Just so you know, I'm planning on deleting all these after I'm done. What the fuck else type of control would be easier? My bad. That's how I've personally seen people do it. Like this, and then they'll white paint these areas by clicking the bone and have it automatically white paint. I don't remember how to do that. I just do it on my own. We can do an experiment though. Let's see. Right now the body isn't parented to this. We're just gonna click this. I'm gonna delete all of this anyway. Okay. We're gonna start with these two. We're gonna see how well that works. Now, normally when it comes to these, they have some kind of control over other parts of the mouth. So, we're going to do this. As you can see, it changes the shape. You don't want to have that much control, then we change it. I'm testing something, don't mind me. But that's basically what I've seen people do with models. I personally don't know how to do it, obviously, but I think it's pretty close. Pretty sure the same thing is with the eye as well. Just try the eye. We're gonna ignore the fact that some of it cloned and it controls the bottom. Of course, it's not gonna be accurate. Nothing I do is. But I think that's kind of what people have done with the face rig. The reason why the eyebrows have a rig to them is because I thought it'd be easier for me to move the eyebrows around instead of using the sculpt tool. I don't use face rigs because I don't know how to use them. but the whole body's separated for different things. So, see, this is all just sculpt. And the reason why I'm making this is because this is just my idea of what I think is being done with the face rig, and also because someone asked me how some people do face rigs. I don't do face rigs. Me and face rigs have never been acquainted. So this is probably the best you're gonna get. You could look up face rigs if you want to. You could find easier ways to weight paint. I personally just manually weight paint, or here's another thing I do. Let's go to when it comes to certain things like the body, if I don't know how to weight paint a certain area, I would legit go to gradient, which is right here, and I would find the area I want to be weight painted just fine. And I would set it about here. Don't worry about everything else. Of course, it's not perfect. That's because a lot of it isn't properly connected to everything. So it's also going to look very, very weird. Now, mind you, none of this is going to be saved. I'm just showing you how it would probably look. Because this is how I have seen rigs look. But that's about it. I hope it helps some people. I highly doubt it did, but I do recommend looking at some other tutorials instead of coming to me. I understand why you came to me, but I have no idea how face rigs work. This is just how I personally do it. I mean, not this. I don't do this. No. No, I just do this instead. That's literally what I do. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm sorry it wasn't much help.